There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay. It's journeying through. I absolutely love these Monday nights, this opportunity to get together with all of you and chat about the book. We're reading A World Made New, channeled by Paul Selig, and chat with you guys, see what's going on, have some conversation, and of course, have loads of healing. It is great to see all of you. I absolutely love that we can be together. Yes, it is July 7th, and I'm kind of cheating on that whole, July 7th, and because it's 2025, I'm dropping the 20 and just calling it 25. So it makes it 777, which of course in the healing world, sevens are about divinity frequency. It's seeing the divine in yourself and seeing divine in everything and everyone else. And we're at 7 o'clock. So hey, let's go ahead and do some healing while I cast a circle of light, specifying that only Source Creator God and my healing team be present for tonight's awesomeness. Day 10, journeying through the life you claim. The life you claim. We're going to talk a lot about the life you claim and how you claim it and how we can keep taking it all up in frequency, because of course that's what we really want. We want to live these magnificent lives, these lives that are filled with love and joy and clarity and creativity. Those are all really high frequencies. And while some of us have some of those things, like some of us can be really creative, it's really available for all of us because we are all creators and manifestors. We just get stuck in the dense frequencies that tell us that we're not. So we're going to be doing all that tonight. And so may it be with the blessing of Source that we continue to remember who we are, what we are, and how we serve. And so with that, I say amen. And there's always the choruses of ahos that follow that. So in addition to it being 7/7, it is also the eve of the full moon. Now, the full moon is happening on Thursday, but once again, in the energetic world, we don't wait around for the actual full moon. We know the downloads start coming in on Tuesday, and they'll continue until, Saturday or probably Saturday or so. But I just want to let you guys know, because I think this is really awesome. And we're going to go ahead and have lots of these frequencies coming in addition to everything else. We have, with this full moon, it's the moon of creating a new vision. And if that doesn't get you just a little bit excited, like, yes, let's create a new vision for ourselves, for how we move in the world. We have these frequencies coming in of creativity, truth, and ascension, and those are gold frequencies, and then renunciation and Christ consciousness. And so, in general, this moon is going to be a really nice opportunity for us to kind of move out the stuff we've been annoyed by and bringing in some new higher frequencies. So it's all good news. And now that we have that done, we can go ahead and move on to more divinity healings. Who's ready for a little divinity? Divinity frequency, emerald green. And it just keeps reminding us that not only are we divine, but so is everyone and everything else. Because of course, what you bless blesses you back, and what you damn dams you back, and that can make us a little crazy, that it's just so neutral, that it's just so, this is how it is. And as for me, I have times when I want it to not be quite so neutral. Yes, bless me, bless me, bless me, but please don't make me realize all those places where I did just a little bit of damning. So, healings, healings, healings for all of us. Divinity, frequency coming in. It's really lovely. Lots of that emerald green. I actually see that emerald green. Some of it is coming in as emeralds. And if you have an awareness of some stuff that you see, some healings that you want, something going on, please feel free to share it in the chat. Totally okay that you do that. But they're like emerald cut diamonds coming in. Actually, I see them in a lot of different cuts. There are dodecahedrons, and there's cubes, and whatever kind of emerald jewelry you would like. Feel free to take some. I'm going to take those 2 emerald cuts and put them right in my eyes. I want to remember that everyone and everything is divinity in form. Not always easy. So, let's have some fun. In the book, just so we have a little bit of book stuff, in the book on page 112, I just love some of the stuff that they end up saying, but they're talking about the places where we think that our flesh is gross, the gross flesh. We have been expelled from the garden. We will never find our way back. Perhaps when we die, we will have a glimmer of it. Perhaps we will be reunited with Source, but never in this gross flesh. Never in this gross flesh will we be reunited with Source. And if you have any ideas of places where your flesh is gross, now I know I have my own places. I have those places where I go, ugh, if I could just change one thing. Mine tends to be my hips, my butt, that kind of stuff. But whatever it is for you, we're happy to give you a healing on that. Janelyn, we're happy to help with your armpits. There's a lot of low frequencies there. Definitely a lot of fear, a lot of pain, a lot of unworthiness there. So happy to help you with that. And just like that, I see you, Joanna. Let me rename you. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of places where we sit and think, because we don't look like that person or them or what is advertised to us, that, there's something wrong with us. And I get caught up in it as well. I was having a whole moment of an hour or so with that, like, oh my God, what is going on with my feet? What is going on with my eyes? What is going, like all of that kind of stuff. And then I have to just keep reminding myself. And sometimes it does take a while, coming back and going, oh yeah, that's right. I am divinely perfect exactly as I am. Everybody say it with me. I am divinely perfect exactly as I am. Wow, it's such a great healing, right? I am divinely perfect exactly as I am. Do, 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 do. We'll work on that. Those places. If you'd like, you can point to a place where you could use some healing on, that you're anything else but divinely perfect. Yep. as is everyone and everything. Absolutely, Cindy. And Joanna, happy to give you a healing on your parents, your mom, that religious pictures, frames, ideas that we all have, it is perfect. We do. There's a lot of those ideas, and we'll clear more karma and agreements between you and your mom. I think it's one of the most fascinating parts to doctrine is that some people are very like, this is how it has to be, and if it's not like this, there's no room for anything else. And then, the people that are like all over, it's like whatever it is, it's okay, exactly how it shows up. And the truth is everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, right? We just keep running that same healing over and over again, that however somebody shows up, they have an agreement to come and have that experience, whatever it is. They have an agreement to come and have an experience as being very religious. They have an agreement to come and have an experience as very, I keep hearing loosey-goosey, being very not religious, whatever that looks like. And it is exactly perfect because everybody's here to have their own experience. So lots of healings on that. Trusting how it shows up. Absolutely. Terry, we are going to, for everybody, keep reassigning beings and taking your bodies up in frequency. We have beings in our space until we reach a certain frequency where they have been all reassigned. So there is good news in that. But until then, it's a practice for us to keep checking in, like, is that what I'm hearing actually my higher self, or is it a being in my space? Because beings don't actually have to be in your body. They can be off your body, and they can be using, audio files and other things inside of you to connect in. So it's a practice to just be like, okay, I just heard something that wasn't very nice, and I'm going to remember that when I hear something that's not nice, that is not my higher self. That is not my soul talking. Your higher self, particularly at this point, is always going to be loving and supportive and kind. And if you hear anything other than that, you know that that is not your higher self, and those are beings that can be reassigned. If you don't know yet how to reassign beings, which means you haven't gone through the mastery of your information class, you can always ask Source to reassign them. You can send me a text if you want. You can just literally ask anyone in Melchizedek to reassign those beings, and they are reassigned. Trust that they are being reassigned. So it's perfect. And yes, gentlemen are happy to help move any of the blockages for tomorrow's court date. Clearing karma and agreements with everyone involved. That's always a great reminder that we just want to keep clearing karma and agreements. The more we can clear the karma and agreements with other people, the more we can get to a place of neutral, which is really what we want in our life about everything is just to be in a neutral space, to love from a neutral space, and to have discussions and work from a neutral space. It's really, when I have those moments, I'm like, oh, this is lovely, lovely, lovely. Not always in a neutral space, but I have moments of it. So, yeah. Okay, Joe. Yeah. What a great thing to bring to the party tonight, Jill. What if I don't look at myself and criticize myself? I love the parentheses, not like I used to anyway, but it's more of a comparison to other women and how they look. So you can ask this of yourself. Are you doing it just like, oh, wow, that dress looks really nice on her. Wow, that was a really good choice of shoes. Oh, I love those shoes. I love her taste. That's, being very high frequency, being very positive, being very neutral, just looking at somebody and admiring how they look. Now, if you're looking at them and going, oh my God, she wears that so much better than I would. Wow. I actually had this weekend, I bought some, I'm going to give my cat a healing over here. I bought some culotte pants. They looked really cool in the catalog. And I was like, oh my God, they're so cute and they're lightweight. They'll be perfect for the summer. And they came in while my daughter and her wife were here. Now, my daughter is still carrying weight from her pregnancy. She would say something very different. And her wife is really tall and really thin. So my daughter grabs the pants. They're not her size, but she puts them on and she's like, oh my God, look at these things. And she's running around and we're laughing at how they look on her. If you wear a medium and someone gives you an extra, extra small, you're going to look totally different than if you were wearing medium. And then I said, oh God, those are really bad. And she goes, let's put Katie in them. And so Katie put them on because Katie's really thin, so she's going to look very different. And Katie put them on, and Katie looked really silly in them too. Whole nother level of, looking like, wow, there are some clothes that just aren't meant for some people. And obviously the person who was in the catalog, they were meant for. But we could just laugh about it, right? And we weren't beating ourselves up. When I put them on, I was like, oh man, no. This whole gaucho, look, not for me. But that's not from a place of beating myself up. It's just recognizing that they just didn't look good on me. And it was okay to just put them back in the bag and send them back along their way. So discernment, always important, always a great thing. And to just, kind of check, am I being judgmental towards myself? Am I being kind to myself? When you can say yes to that, that's perfect. Not like you can't say like, wow, do I have a big ass in these jeans? That's totally okay to say. And of course, when you say it, you're giving yourself a healing too. Woo! Yes, for sure. So, the next healing opportunity we have is on page 121. Well, actually, it starts on page 120. As you create the chaos in your outpictured world through all the reasons we have given you thus far, including the denial of the divine, the action of fear, claiming more fear. As you realize how you've participated in the manifest world, you are given the great privilege of re-seeing your accountability as opportunity. It's top of page 121. To be accountable is not to be burdened. It is to be offered an opportunity. I love that. Like the chance to redefine words. I'm like, yes, let's change what we mean by accountability, because sometimes there's a lot of fear wrapped up in that. When I first started working for CARE, actually, I think I had been working for CARE for about 3 months, and she sent me a text and she goes, "Can you come to my house early? I need to talk to you." And I went, oh shit, what did I do? I'm sure there's something I said. There was something I probably was supposed to do and didn't do. Oh my God, I had such dread that when I walked in the front door, she said to me, "Wow, you've gotten really worked up about this." And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And she's like, "Okay, let me give you a healing for that place where you think you're going to be in trouble." She goes, "I actually just wanted to talk to you and tell you I was giving you a raise." And I was like, "Really?" Yes, really. So those places where we go into fear about accountability, let's give those a healing. I still have those that go on. There's a lot of times I'm like, oh my God, what did I say? I must have been traumatized as a child. Bonnie Lynn, oh fuck, what did I do? Yeah, Terry, happy to give you a healing on that as well. A lot of that shows up in our throats. I can feel it, but you may have it somewhere else. So if you have an awareness of a tightness in another place, or a ping that you're getting in somewhere else, that is probably the place where you have some fear or some pain around being accountable, because we want to move more of those ideas that accountability is a bad thing. It is an opportunity for us to re-see what is going on, right? It's not a burden, and it's an opportunity. Oh, okay, it's an opportunity. We'll see what we're going to create. So healings for us on that. Love that. Okay. How are y'all doing? If you have something that's going on, please feel free to pop it into the chat. I've got a big healing team. There's lots of opportunities to heal more. Lots of opportunities. Okay, Jill, here we go. Page 124. And I say, here we go, Jill, because Jill is the one who sent me a text and said, I am so excited about doing day 10. My favorite quote, I guess you may have said, is in day 10. And so I absolutely love this. I'm so glad that she brought it to my attention again. I actually end up listening to each day probably 4 or 5 times, because I listen to it when I walk, and then I sit down and I read and I take notes and things, but somehow it just kept escaping me. So I love that you brought it to the party. So here we go, right in the middle of the page. Some of you decide that this teaching is love, and you confuse yourselves to think that all love is sweetness and light. All love is, finally, is source expressing, and source accepts all things equally. Source does not deny anyone its benefit. You deny the benefit that is your birthright. To understand this in fullness is to simply understand that the divine loves all equally. But love is not a flower or a heart-shaped box of chocolates. Love is the action of the divine in expression. And knowing of all in love is the experience of being in the upper room. Period, period, period. There's so much in this paragraph that is just like, yes, yes. So, love is source expressing, and source accepts all things equally. It is so fabulous. All things equally. Source does not hold any judgment. Healings for all of us who have those religious pictures of a condemning God, a punishing God, a wrathful God, all of those things, let's get healings on, because that is a God that was created by the religion, by man, in an attempt to manage and control others. God does not have any judgment pictures. Source accepts all things equally. Here's another powerful sentence. Source does not deny anyone its benefit. Source does not withhold anything from anyone ever. Source does not deny anyone anything ever. Really, really key. We have a lot of ideas that, God must not want me to have that. God doesn't want me to be successful. God doesn't want me to be happy. God doesn't want me to be whatever words come after that. Here's the healing. Here's the healing. You deny the benefit that is your birthright. You're doing that to you. When you say, God doesn't want me to be happy, God didn't tell you that. And if you believe God told you that, I'm going to give you a healing, and I'm going to start with reassigning the beings and keep working on that, because it's so not true. It's not the truth. You deny the benefit of your birthright. We do it, right? We do it by what we say. Oh, I'm just not enough. God doesn't care about me. Anybody say that? I am 100% sure I have said that before. Terry says, that comes up for me when I think I'm not being nice, meaning I did something that might have been good for me, but someone else didn't like it. Yeah, we get to remember that we are in our knowing. When we are in our knowing, we just do what we do. And we don't worry about what anyone else says or thinks or does. They get to be in their knowing, or they get to have their response. Totally okay with that. And Janelyn, yep, we're happy to give healings to everybody where somehow this shows up in abundance and ways that we keep limiting ourselves. It's a great opportunity. So that additional piece is to understand this in fullness, is to simply understand that the divine loves all equally. The divine is not walking around going, I'm making myself laugh because I just got it like this. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, but you don't, because you haven't earned it, right? That's not what's happening. What is happening is all of us are having our experience. All of us are having, our experiences here in this lifetime according to our agreements. And, if we get a car, it's because we're supposed to have the car. If we don't get a car, it's because the car isn't coming for us now. It does not mean we screwed it up. And it is a fabulous healing opportunity. So more healings for all that. Yeah. Healings, Terry. Thank you for bringing it to the party. For everybody who is a people pleaser. People pleasers. Please step to the left. No, I'm just kidding. Healings on those places where we want to please people. Not that it's not nice to please people, not that it's not nice to do things for people, but we want to check in and be that person, the person who checks in and goes, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing for them. Yes, I'm giving them, $100. Not because I'm trying to get on their good side, but because that's the information that I have that I am doing that. Probably not the best example. Works. Yeah. People pleasing. Whatever anybody else says about it, it's just something we want to heal. We want to heal the fear, the unworthiness, the shame, the blame, the anger, all of that stuff that's behind it. And in truth, I like that you all are having this conversation about being manifestors. We are all the bomb about manifesting and creating. We are absolutely stellar at manifesting and creating. All of us across the board, every one of us are really good at that. We just do not yet completely understand that we are manifesting what is coming up for it to be healed. That's what is showing up for us. We're busy manifesting and creating all sorts of healing opportunities for us. And the more we recognize that, the more we go, oh, so this is showing up so I can heal more of my lack pictures. Cool. All right. The more we can do that, the more we go, oh my God, it's true. I create and manifest like nobody's business. We just have to keep reminding ourselves that what we're creating and manifesting are healing opportunities. See, Terry goes, we're manifesting all the time. But yeah, we don't always want to manifest, the things that we need the healings on. Yeah, I get that. That reckoning. I think that actually was day 9. The reckoning. I did a video on that about the reckoning. And reckoning is just facing one's creations, and it doesn't have to be oh fuck, what did I do? It can be a like, oh, yay, what are we healing now? And trust me, I have had, 4 or 5 days of, oh, God, give me a break. I am so tired of this. Is there some place where I can go on this planet so I can get away from all of this? Yeah, it's been one of those weekends. So I get it. And we get to have healings where we don't feel like we're creative, healings where we don't want to face our creations, healings where we think we fucked it up. Feel free to ask where your I screwed it up is. I see him in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of pictures and frames that we're moving out for everybody. No need for that. And here's a great one. I love this, love this, love this. Healings where you still don't see yourself as worthy of love. Point to a place in your body, or could be around your field, where you do not see yourself as worthy of love, joy, and healing. While you all are looking for that, I love that, Terry, that recognizing the opportunity is key. Remove more unconsciousness and more atheist energy for all of us, where we don't always recognize that what is going on is something that is being healed. It is definitely something we are all still working on. I get, caught up in the spiral, and it takes me, half an hour, 45 minutes. Oh my God, that's just a healing. Jill, got you on your sternum. Perfect. Mine is my sternum as well. Cindy, your ears. Yep, it is a great healing opportunity. Where you still don't see yourself as worthy. Worthiness. Gentlemen, yep. Sternum. Joanna, heart, sternum. Yep. There's a lot. I had somebody new I was talking to, I think it was over the weekend, and they're like, if you could move that for me, that would be great. Then I can go on with my life. And we were talking about fear, and I was thinking like, yeah, if it was just one fear. Here's this blob of fear, and it's right here in my sternum. And once we move that, I'm good to go. I can move on and do things. And the truth is, it's layers. Look at all those heart. Yep. Joanna, happy to give you a healing on feeling worthy in your relationships and your friendships. Care reminds us all the time, and she's just a brilliant mentor for me and an amazing friend that she just keeps reminding me, like when I'm like, I am so grateful to have you as a friend, and she's like right back at you, and I'm like, wow, no, you don't understand. You are worthy, and it all starts with loving yourself, right? Love yourself, know yourself, and then it all starts from there. It builds from there. Loving yourself first. So happy to help you with that, Joanna. So when I wrote down healing where you still don't see yourself as worthy of love, joy, and healing, I'm going to confess on myself. After I wrote that, I wrote a note. If you can't see it for you, how can you see it in another? And that was oh my God, for me. Like, that was a message specifically for me, but I want to share it for all of you. If you can't see yourself as worthy, how can you see it in another? Like, oh my God, yes. I am worthy. A lot of that shows up in my third eye for me. Jill, the answer to that question, how do we, is that we keep working on it for us, right? Oh, God, they've got it so together. They have so much together. Oh, my goodness. And now I've started to realize that when I think, wow, she has really got it together. She's at the perfect weight and her hair looks fabulous and this and that. And I start listing all these things. I stop and I realize that there are people who say that about me. That's not I'm all full of myself, but that's just like a realization, high frequency realization, that what I see in other people see in me, and I want to see it in me as well. And so then I stop and I go, okay, so where is it I'm not seeing it in myself? Okay, back here in my brainstem, healings for all of us in that. So I'm sure you all know this, but I want to take a moment to say it again, because what we blesses us back. And when you all show up here to participate in journeying through, in whatever way you participate in, you are blessing me. You are blessing everyone else that is in the container. And the blessings come back to you in multiples and over and over and over again. Blessing other people with your presence, with your love, with you participation, with however it shows up, blesses you over and over and over again. And I just want to thank you all for blessing me and allowing me to work on you so that I can be blessed even more. It's amazing how it works. And as more and more people understand that process, the world is going to transform. It's going to keep transforming. And in fact, somewhere in this day 10, they actually talk about that the world is transforming so fast that we can't even imagine what it's going to look like. So, isn't that a cool thing? Let's see. So we have supporting everybody with their eyes, with the nervous system. There's a lot going on, right? Our nervous systems are like, whoa! More with the sternum. And then, of course, with our brains. We're just going to keep working on our brains, working on our brains. Okay. Joanna, great question. Recently people have reached out that have hurt you in the past, and you check in with your higher self and you get a no to keep them in your life. Is that operating from a place of love? Are you supposed to forgive them and allow them to be in your life? Here's a healing to give you some clarity on it. And this is information that comes from each one of the books. They talk about discernment. And discernment is, being the difference between being in a relationship with somebody does not have to be going out to dinner with them. Forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you are best friends again and you're going to continue doing things with them. It just means that you are becoming neutral about whatever has happened. So you checking in and getting a no to being back in a relationship with them is something that you can trust. For all of us, we want to remember that it's about how you ask the question. If you're like, okay, higher self, am I going to go out with Joanna and party with her, and you get a no, that's a no to going out and partying with you. I then ask another question. Am I forgiving Joanna for whatever, implied hurt you caused me? Because obviously you haven't caused me any. Am I forgiving Joanna? Get yes. Always is actually what I get. Yes, always. Because forgiveness does not mean that you're going out with them. Forgiveness does not mean that everything is hunky-dory and we're back, in a relationship again. Forgiveness is something that is a frequency. It's Christ consciousness. It's one of the frequencies that has come in with this full moon that's happening on Thursday. Christ consciousness is a frequency that's a forgiveness frequency. You're giving them a healing, adding more Christ consciousness to the relationship container. Keep in mind that you have a container. And it is not that you have to continue talking to them or any of that. It's really a great question. It's important for us to know that it's okay to say, no, I'm not going to be in relationship with you, but I do want to heal. I do want to forgive you and just be neutral about it. Awesome. Okay, so page 126. Page 126. The recognition, I'm back actually on page 125. The recognition of the kingdom comes in stages, but the amplitude you hold now, each of you here, each of you who experience these words, underline the word experience, can claim this at a level you are not aware of yet. Recognition comes in stages, yes. But once you are aware of the light in the room, even the dimmest light, the light will grow by your attention. What you give attention to will always increase. One more time. What you give attention to will always increase. That one is like a, what you give attention to will always increase. It's a neutral statement. If I'm giving attention to something that is loving and supportive and kind, it's going to increase. If I am giving attention to something that is fear-based and angry and filled with unworthiness, that's going to increase. If you notice, it's like what you bless, blesses you back. What you damn, damns you back. What you give your attention to will always increase. And if it is the higher, that will become your experience. Realization comes at the cost of the old way of being, the old identity. But the new seeks to be presented in a way that you may know as well and recognize as your own. Underline own. There is a claim of ownership at this level, not as owning property or owning something in your possession, but owning experience. And to be gratified by what you experience is to claim ownership of it. When you deny something, deny the divine in something, you are also claiming ownership. and you are aligning to that level of tone and what it will wreak upon your experience. To love another is not only to forgive him, but to be aware of who he is beyond the behavior that elicits the harsh response. To know who he is in love beyond what you would claim for him and have him be for you. The choice that is made at this level of tone is always in participation with one's true nature. And one's true nature exists without slight, exists without frustration, exists without the need to be right at the cost of another being wrong. There's so much good stuff, man. So much good stuff. Healings for all of us, where we have been ticked off at people's slights, with being frustrated, with having the need to be right at the cost of another being wrong. Where is it that you are still holding on to some slights because you need to be right? I'm really, really working on this need to be right thing, and mostly I'm just trying to catch myself. Like, I might still do it, to be honest with you. I might still do it, but I want to catch myself to have an awareness that I'm doing it. And my step after that is, can I move it fast enough that I stop, needing to be right? That I just close my mouth and stop talking. Cindy, your stomach, that's an awesome place. Yep, Jill, right up top, right there. Channeling, yep, sternum. And it's okay to do these things, right? It's okay to be harsh with somebody. It's okay to, right fight with somebody. And it's okay to catch yourself doing it and bring more awareness to it, right? There's no right or wrong here. It's not like you screwed it up. It's just oh, there's one. Oh, there I did it again. Wow, look at that. And if we can be more in a space of oh, look, there it is, we can move it, right? Because that's what they're talking about. What you give attention to will always increase. I think there's something that we say about kids and their bad behavior. Oh, they're just attention seeking. I think some of that is nonsense. But that idea of what you give your attention to increases. So if you pay attention to catching yourself where you're going to right fight, does that mean you're going to right fight more often? No, it means you're going to catch yourself more often. Yay. Jill, it is 100% true that sometimes what you're moving out can go on and on and on and on. Just keep healing it. I assume that's you mean the moving part can go on for hours if you don't heal it. Yeah, I'm really, really working on coming back and correcting my mistakes. Not 100% there, getting there, coming back and going, oh yeah, I'm really sorry. I said I didn't know, but I did know, and sorry about that. Bum, bum, bum. So healings for all of us where we want to right fight. Healings for us where we struggle with claiming ownership. How about that one? I did not. That's not what I said. And yeah, let's do a little bit of throw some more joy into this container, and like having a sense of humor about it. And I have had zero sense of humor for 5 days. So I don't want y'all thinking that I'm bopping around here bubbly and happy. And so I get on and I'm like, woohoo, yeah, let's all be happy. That's not what this is. This is really that there's a lot of healing going on. And so I can just be in more joy and go, oh my God, we can actually have a little fun with this. There is some places where we can have some fun here. So yeah, where you might not want to claim ownership, we're going to give that a healing too. Okay. So, before I do this claim of truth, I want to let you guys know that there is another healing opportunity. Next Tuesday night, I am doing an hour session on know who you are. Know who you are. We're going to be working on our claircognizant channels. We're going to be working on those energies that block our knowingness. There's been a bunch of pieces that have been in this book that have shown up about knowingness and having more awareness. And so that is something that we're going to be doing as well. For the most part, this session that I'm doing next Tuesday is a very basic session. There's a lot of healing that will be going on, but it's for people who have not been exposed to healing alchemy. So there's going to be a lot of explanations, but I wanted to let you guys know you are 100% invited to attend. You can find stuff on social media. I've sent out an email. If you need more information, you can let me know. So happy to send it to you, but I wanted to let you know about that. Okay, so the claim of truth that we're going to finish with. Can I? Okay. So before I do this claim of truth, I just want to, I want to share with you something that I'm entertained with about this book. This book, and I haven't gone back and compared it to the Book of Innocence or any of the other books, but I just love how many places Paul interjects questions. And there are several in this day. There's a lot of them in day 11. And I just get really tickled by all the times that he just stops and asks a question like, okay, you're having a teaching in a moment, but I have a question. So I'm over on page 133, and the guides are saying that we have these ideas about heaven, and we say, where are the angels with the harps? Where are the luminous orbs? The things I was taught to expect. They say the relationship you hold to the idea of self will be what claims you in an alignment to any idea of heaven. So we are recommending now that you release the outline, the expectations that accompany the outline, and claim what is actually there. And he says, what does that mean? When you know in truth, you are not seeking, you are receiving, and you are knowing in receipt. I just love it. It just is like, so it would be me. I'd be like, wait. I know you're transmitting important information, but my brain can't wrap my head around all that information, so just stop. So I'm glad to see that some of you have noticed that, and it's just kind of entertaining. So they go on to say, imagine you have a pair of sunglasses. They limit the light. Perhaps the prescription is old, you see in distortion. To see in truth and to claim in truth is to claim what is always there. Perhaps has always been there, but you've refuted it through the false sight or through the distortion. To comprehend yourself as perceiving and the one perceiving the inherent divine is to claim what is actually so. Short way of saying that is seeing what is actually there from divinity perspective. Seeing people beyond all the hoocha, all the low frequencies, the pain, the fear, the anger that they are showing. See them beyond all of that. And then you're claiming what is actually so. You're not making it so. You are being offered it, and you are in receipt of it as you say yes to it. Here's the claim of truth. I have come to know myself in truth. I have come to receive myself in truth. I have come to benefit the world through my expression and through my agreement to presence and being. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. You are free. You are free. You are free. Gifts coming in for all of us. I see a lot of the gifts as wands and stars and orbs. I see cubes. It's fabulous. Let's see, Ash. You are not making it so. You are being offered it. To comprehend yourself as perceiving and the one perceiving the inherent divine is to claim what is actually so. Underline actually. You are not making it so. You are being offered it. And you are in receipt of it as you say yes to it. Not before or after, but as you say yes. There are so many beautiful lines in here, just like, oh, I love that. I love this book. Joan, my friend who reads these, gets so tired of me saying, I'm like, oh my God, I love this book. This book is my favorite ever. Yes, you are being offered it. You are being offered everything. That somewhere, I think it was in day 9, like there's so much available to us, but we have a lot of distortions, those sunglasses, a lot of distortions that are keeping us from seeing just how powerful, just how magical, just how beautiful we all are. And I just I am so in love with each and every one of you. I appreciate you so much. I said that in truth, the blessing that you are to me is just beyond what I could ever express. And it's totally fabulous. I love that you give of your time to show up here. as we have been working over the last hour, the downloads have come in, but the energy, the light has been going out, and we have been transforming so much more than just what's in your living room. That's just what's in your vision where you can see right now. It has been going out into the world and transforming the world, and the world needs each and every one of you. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. It is totally fabulous. You all each are amazing. I hope if there's anything you need that you send me a text, message me in Facebook or on Instagram. Please, please, please let me help you and support you. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. So with that, I'm going to seal the field under the light, that one true source creator God, the one who is all the magic, all the joy, all the love. And I thank my healing team, and I thank each and every one of you who just continue to show up so beautifully out there in the world, doing whatever it is you're doing and being the light. Sometimes it's the little light in the darkness that your eyes adjust to, and then it becomes big, 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 big. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm not shining brightly enough, because you are. Love each and every one of you. With that, we say amen and aho. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Love being with you. We'll see you on the 21st if you're around. If not, send your soul. Happy to give all of them a healing. Love you guys.